Hello, everybody, and welcome there. Tonight, I got the wonderful Carla here. Then you just got some random guy who thinks he's a gorilla. So,
Heyo.
so tonight we're just gonna talk movie quotes and maybe some of our favorite speeches that we've heard throughout the years on our favorite TV shows and movies and that. How about you lead us off, Carla?
Sure. So let's see. One of my favorite movie quotes is honestly from a cartoon, Toys R Us or Toy Story, which is Infinity and Beyond. So kind of corny, I know.
Any meaning behind that to you?
No, not really. I just kind of like it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things.
Oh, one quote I always use, especially at work, when whenever someone asks me if I'm okay, go, "You see me moving, don't you?" They come from smoking the band, and when they all the cops, the the I think it was a Trans Am in there. He jumps the bridge, but all the cops they try to stop it, and they end up going into this little ravine there on a broken bridge, and one of the guys gets out and goes, "You okay, Sarge? You see me moving, don't you?" All pissed off because he's in the ravine.
That's funny.
Oh god, I love Smokey and the Bandit. That's a great movie. But then they had to go and wreck it by making a second and third one. Like the second one was all right, then the third one about wrecked the first one for me.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem when you get all these sequels and all that. They try to go for the money for when it's a big hit. So, but there's one speech that I'll always remember that I bring up quite a lot, and there's some people that need to hear this. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Oh, sorry, I had something in my chest. But it's from Captain Picard when he's putting the smackdown to Admiral Satal, and he said, "When the first speech is censored, when our first right is forbidden, when our first thought is censored, it changes all irrevocably." And right now, we're
Hmm.
seeing a lot of that. Where the voices are getting people's voices are getting suppressed with this cancel culture that we have going on there. When they don't realize that's going to come back and bite them when it turns on them,
Hmm.
and all the sense when people's voices are silenced.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that a lot of people need to learn. Because I remember when like social media just got started up, and heck, if you didn't like what someone saw, you just kept on you just kept on scrolling. You didn't throw up these big fits and all that, and try to get the person canceled and all that.
Yeah. Another quote I like is from a Star Wars movie, and it's "I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me." When the blind guy is like walking in, he can't see what's going on, and he's just walking into battle. And I just love that for when I have like a stressful day at work, and I just low key think to myself, "I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me."
Yeah. Well, do you do know why they went 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, 3 on the movies, don't you? Like for when they came out.
I believe so. Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because Yoda's in charge of the scheduling.
Oh God. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. There's a meme there that goes, "In charge of scheduling, I was."
Oh God. That's funny.
So, like, have you ever seen the Patriot there?
No, I've not ever seen The Patriot.
Oh, you've never seen the Patriot there? Oh
No, I
man,
haven't.
you're missing a treat there. That's a good movie. Ah, because it's one of the very few movies that are set up in the Revolutionary War. The only reason it got made was because there were so many like World War II movies
Mhm.
in going around and Civil War movies. They wanted something different so that that would stick out. And that's when they said, "Well, there's hardly any movies in centered around the Revolutionary War. How about we do that?" And there was a yeah, they're yeah, it's a really good, and it talks about it stars Mel Gibson and Heath Ledger there, and Renee Adbrun. I can't speak the French name there, but it follows a story where he didn't want to join the war, and there in the beginning of the movie there they get he's part of they're called the assembly. I'm not sure what they called them because they weren't like congressmen, but it's kind of like a area congress or something. They just called it assembly there, and they're
Mhm.
calling up the militia to go and fight the British there. And one one of the things there, he gives a big old speech and starts out with why should I, why should I give up one tyrant 3,000 miles away for 3,000 tyrants 1 mile away?
Yeah.
It's like it says a group of people can trample a man's rights just as easily as a king could.
Hmm.
There, and he gets called out. Goes, where's your principles? He goes, I'm a father. I don't have the luxury of principles. So, but that's a great movie. You should check it out. There.
Okay, I definitely will.
Oh yeah. No, no Gibson there. He does when he does a movie. He does pretty good movies. There. Uh, what's another quote you like?
Let's see. Let me think. Walk until your feet bleed and then keep walking. That is from one of the X-Men movies, which is one of the Logan movies. Um, and the reason I like that is because it was the villain who was being told to walk until your feet bleed and then keep walking. And I just like that because sometimes when you're having a rough day, you just got to keep going.
Yeah. Oh, no, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Dang it. Oh, have you seen the Lord of the Rings movies?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. There, I'm still trying to guess what the one guy when they're all in the hall there at what's the capital city of Rohan? I can't Edicrus or something like that.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna lose my nerd card on this one, but eh, but they had just a short "Hail the victorious dead."
Yeah.
That's one quote I probably never spent so much time pondering on. Maybe Theoden Theoden could see what was coming and maybe thought maybe those guys are victorious because they are dead.
Mm.
They don't have to live with what's coming.
Hmm.
I'll say that was a powerful speech there he gave there. It's one of my favorite scenes. I can watch this scene over and over again. Is when the 6,000 horsemen come over that hill, and you got the red tinted sky in the background, where the it was the symbolism for the red for a red dawn, which is supposed to symbolize that blood will be drawn. And they come over the hill with the great musical sounds of the horns there, and he gives that speech as he's riding back there. There he goes. Yeah, as he after he gives the instruction, he goes, "Shields shall be splintered or broken. Spears shall be splintered. This is a red day for the world ending." Then they all just start screaming death because from what I understood from like the other iterations of the books, is that the reason Sauron could conquer him so easy was because men feared death. And that was to symbolize that they no longer feared death. And they knew, most of them knew that they weren't coming back from it. And they just charged down that hill with like 100 into like 150, 200,000 orcs there. And then they just stampeded right over them.
Yeah.
That's a great scene. I can watch that over and over again.
Yeah.
And but even like a great speech doesn't even have to be that long because what was not Eowyn, who was that captain there that from Rohan, the blonde guy, not Arwen, the other guy, the other guy there. But all he had to say to rally the the horsemen there at Edicrus or whatever the city is uh where all he had to really shout is to tell the men that, oh, now is the hour. Riders of Rohan, oaths you have taken, now fulfill them all for Lord and land. And that, just that short, but he had the powerful voice in that in it to rally the men to go.
Mhm.
I can't think of his name now. I hate that when I draw these blanks and all that. I guess I should have prepared a little bit more.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. Oh well. Me forgetting can't be nearly as bad as my stutter.
Oh, no, you're good.
My stutter's so bad that it comes up in my text.
Oh, goodness. You're so silly.
All right. What's another quote that's really stuck to you?
Well, I love the movie Tombstone, so of course I'm going to have to go with I'm Your Huckleberry. And also from the same movie, I got two guns, one for each of you.
I don't think I've seen Tombstone, but I'm
Oh,
guessing
it's
it's set in.
fantastic.
I'm guessing it's set in Arizona in the old Wild West.
Well, it stars Sam Elliott, Val Kilmer, um, and I'm drawing a blank for the other guy, but the other couple of guys. But it's a really, really good film. I highly recommend it. Let's see. I want to say it's Goldie Hawn's husband. What is his name? I feel like it's Kirk Russell, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a great movie.
Well, if I watch Tombstone, you're going to do a review with me then on it.
Oh, it's a good one for
All right.
sure.
All right. We'll have to schedule a review for that.
Yeah, it's really good. Sam Elliott's most recent show that he starred in, as far as I'm aware, is actually a Netflix special called, or Netflix original rather, The Ranch, which features a lot of the cast from that '70s show. And he's just not aged at all. It's awesome.
Well, if we're going to mention the '70s show, I just got one word then. Dumbass.
Oh my gosh, I love Red. I relate to Red on so many levels about putting my foot up somebody's ass.
Oh, I made the joke with that on Salty Checker stream there. That if the Borg ever assimilate Red Foreman, their new catchphrase would be, "We are the Borg. Prepare to have our boot up your ass."
Definitely.
Well,
Oh my god.
their catchphrase that every time that, well, it really just started in First Contact after the TNG movies came out after the show, and it really started in First Contact where it says, "We are the Borg. Resistance is futile," and all that. But if they ever assimilated Red Foreman, that'd be their new catchphrase. I just thought that was so funny.
Definitely. Some of my favorite shows are just like classic iconic shows, like Family Matters, Step by Step,
Yeah,
Boy Meets World. Who doesn't love those shows? And
yeah,
I even watch.
they don't make shows like they used to no more.
And
Because
the
I
other day, I was flipping through the TV and I noticed that Leave It to Beaver was streaming on Peacock. So of course I binge watched it, and it just cracked me up because it was just such wholesome
yeah,
comedy. You know what I mean? There was no raunchiness or anything. It was just classic TV.
yeah. Well, kids these days would have a heart attack if they ever seen All in the Family or the the Jeffersons or Sanford and Son. They'd have a heart attack if they heard some of the stuff they said in those shows. But
Yeah,
that was
definitely.
good fun. You know, everybody had it. People just laughed at it. You know, and
Mhm.
it was none of this. Oh, I'm so offended. Which I'm still trying to figure out how a generation who grew up on South Park's offended by everything.
Literally everything.
It's like, you know, now that all the shows I thought would get canceled, I thought it'd be South Park, but nobody cares. Nobody pushes to have them canceled. No, this is a show that dropped the N word about 50 times in one episode.
Mhm. I mean, they have a turd as a Mr. Hanky or Spanky or whatever.
Yeah. Or, or you remember the special election they had?
Oh
What
my
was
god,
it?
yeah.
A turd sandwich or a giant douche?
Yeah.
Huh. Eh, oh, man.
Are you
But I got
tired?
what?
Are you tired?
Oh, I'm always tired, but I probably won't go to bed for a while. But yeah. But it's cold out when the Minnesota boy says it's cold. Says it's cold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The other day I went to go put gas in the car. I stopped the pump at $10. And, $10. I said, "Screw this! I'll get gas tomorrow." The
Yeah.
only reason I even stopped for gas was because I needed it. I was sputtered going down the hill.
Yeah, gas is expensive. Everything is going up in price though.
Oh yeah.
But there's so many classic movies that I'm just drawing blanks on some of the quotes. Like obviously there's so many within Star Wars alone, and then you have the multiverse of Marvel, and oh, it's just awesome, all these shows. It's like, so what is your favorite? Do you have a favorite like genre or category of movies?
Sci-fi.
Do you prefer like, oh, okay, sci-fi?
Yeah.
I think my favorite sci-fi movie is probably a cartoon, which is Wall-E. I really liked Wall-E. Or Short Circuit. I like Short Circuit.
I haven't seen Short Circuit. I probably vaguely remember Wally. I probably put it on for the kid and fell asleep. Because
Nah,
I've had days where I've passed out at 6 o'clock at night there and woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Then there's other days I don't go to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, same. Ever since I've gotten into the Battlefield community, I've stayed up a lot later. It's a lot of
Oh,
fun playing.
oh yeah, Jack's a lot of fun there. There, I made sure to make him a moderator so he could promote his channel because it's a lot of fun there, and especially especially when he doesn't read the quote before he reads it out or the comments out there before he reads them out loud there. So it can be fun to trip him up there and you put something in the comment and be like, "Oh shit, I probably shouldn't have said that."
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, I've done that to a couple of people where I'll just put a random comment in there and they'd read out loud and be like, "Oh, I'm not going there." like I
Another.
like
Oh, go ahead.
oh, I got salty checker one time on that one. There because ad popped up. I forgot to kind of mute it there, and the ad popped up. I was like, "How come you get lower decks? And I keep getting that for an advertisement. I get an advertisement for a razor for my downstairs area, but I didn't put it quite that vaguely. But he read it. And goes, "Oh, I'm not going there."
Have
But
you
he read
ever?
the comment.
Yeah, that's funny. Have you ever seen the movie Fried Green Tomatoes?
Oh yeah, but that's been years. That's a great movie.
Rwanda. I
That
love
is,
that movie.
I think I'm gonna rewatch that one. I haven't seen that one in a long time. That falls under. That about goes along with. Have you ever seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Oh yes, that's such a good movie.
Oh yeah. I don't know how I feel getting put in that situation there.
That would definitely be rough from both perspectives.
Yeah, because because like you're divided. Like you got to live your own life, But not. But another thing, as the oldest son, and like his mom obviously can work, and his brother's mentally disabled. Just put bluntly, there,
Mhm.
he's torn between having to live his own life there, and performing his duty as the eldest son to take care of his family. That is his duty as the eldest son when the dad's not there. I don't know I can't remember if their dad passed away or if their dad took off when the younger brother was born and the dad couldn't handle it. I can't remember in that movie, but his duty as the eldest son was to take care of the family.
Mhm.
There, people might call me a misogynist before that, but oh well. Get
Another favorite movie of mine is Shawshank Redemption. I could watch
oh
that movie
yeah,
every day. I love it. I know it's a lengthy movie, but I like it a lot.
I didn't feel like it was all that lengthy there,
Get
but
busy living or get busy dying.
yeah, I like how he conned the warden there. He said I said when he's talking to Red there, he goes, I did my time. I may have not pulled the trigger there, but I killed her slowly inside there. I've done my time for that. And everybody thought he was gonna kill himself, even when he went to go get a 6 foot rope and all that. But it turns out he just embezzled all the money there and then head down to Mexico.
Mhm.
uh, but yeah, Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, maybe a lengthier video movie, but it doesn't seem like it's a longer movie because it is entertaining.
Mhm.
And see,
Another
that's what
one.
that's what a lot of movies are lacking these days. There is they're entertaining. Either it's all pew pew action, or they're trying to push a message. Instead of creating a great story, and then their message would naturally flow out of that story.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Uh huh. Another one of my favorites is The Green Mile.
The green Is that the one with
Yeah.
the black guy that was falsely accused and imprisoned, but he
Uh
has some
huh.
kind of healing powers or something?
Yep.
Okay, I've seen that one time.
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
It gets me every time.
yeah. Have you watched that show that's been on for a couple of years now called 911?
I used to watch Rescue 911 when I was a kid. It
No, it
was
wasn't. It wasn't. It's not Rescue 9. It's just plain 911.
oh no, I haven't seen the new one though.
No, it's really good. It's great writing. You're entertaining. It has great writing, and it shows how you can have a diverse cast without sacrificing your writing or your entertainment. Yeah, the show may have a flaw here or there, but to me, I think that's a great show. You can have a wide range of diversity without sacrificing the story.
Hmm.
Because that's one of the things like just I've noticed in a lot of shows is like they want to make all these shows diverse and all that, but they take the old characters, change them, you know, which will piss off your old crowd that make you the money there versus creating a brand new characters that they could do whatever they want with, and people would would then still like him. Even the old crowd would like him. Oh, sweet, we got a whole new character. We don't care about the bit. That way, they could set up their own background without sacrificing what's already been established.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just a sec, Carl. Oh, kid just needed his markers.
Mm.
Hey, don't be drawing on my bed. Why do I have a feeling I'm gonna have a bunch of marker on my bed? Because I got the fire stick set up in the bedroom there. I just didn't bother moving it. That's all. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna have a bunch of marker. But what's another quote you like?
There's no place like home.
That'd be Wizard of Oz there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually a good movie. I
I agree.
was actually impressed with the tornado for that when the movie was made there, that tornado they had in the background there. I was kind of impressed with that for that month. Now they just made that with just a sock. Yeah, that tornado was they just did a sock. That whole tornado was made with a sock.
Hmm.
But then, but the one scene that I probably watched the most was that someone pointed out apparently there was those little short munchkins or whatever they call them. There apparently there was one hanging. Someone said there was one hanging in the background. I sat there watching that scene over and over, trying to see what the hell they're talking about, but I couldn't see what they're talking about. You know what I'm talking about on that?
Mhm. I
Yeah,
never saw that either.
yeah, but people keep claiming they see one, But
Mhm.
I've seen that quite a few times where people go, "You, you hey, look at this," And people will sit there and stare and go, I don't see it," and there's nothing there. No, no, we posted yeah, I posted a picture of rocks there and go, "Hey, look at this cool frog," and people are like, "Where's the frog at? Where's the frog at? Where's the frog at?" There's no frog in the picture.
Mhm.
Uh, but all right, what's another quote you like?
Hmm. You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. That's from uh no, it wasn't A Few Good Men. It was it A Few Good Men?
Mhm.
Okay. There's another one in that. I think that's the same movie. Mercer Creates was talking about that where he goes, "Hey, I like you Navy boys there. Every time there's a fight, you boys always give us a ride." There. But oh, yeah, that had um um not Tom Cruise in it. Didn't it, like, in his early days?
Mhm.
Yeah. Have you ever you've seen the movie Castaway, haven't you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
How do you, how would I don't know how I'd be able to stand living on an island by myself.
I don't think I'd like it. I don't like to be alone.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you like it or not, but could you survive as long as whoever Hanks played?
Oh no.
Wilson! There was a meme going around. People were making fun of the Me Too movement. There goes. They're talking about Wilson saying that Tom Hanks did some unmentionable things to me. They're while they're stranded on an island.
Mhm.
Oh man, I had to laugh at that one. I probably shouldn't have laughed. It's not right, but oh well. Sometimes you gotta laugh at the dark humor,
Mhm.
but still, that was a great movie. I don't. I liked how at the end there, he saved one package and he delivered that package. I can't remember what was in the package, but he delivered his last package there that was on that plane
Hmm.
or there. So that's another one. Tom Hanks does some good movies there. Like like he had the one there he did where he was the captain of a cargo ship there that got raided by pirates. That was another good one. I can't remember the name of it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's one thing they had water cans on that, but it's like why don't they keep like a shotgun or something on the ship? Defend your ship. Because the water cannon is not going to deter them, especially if there's like 8 of them. But I thought those were pretty neat lifeboats that they had on that thing, and how things changed from like the lifeboats they had on the Titanic there versus the
Mhm.
lifeboats they had on that one when they launched. Where that one there is all kind of like completely sealed, and then they hit the button and it just launches them straight in the water. Where the the ones on the Titanic were open top there, and they had to lower them by strings. Uh, It's kind of amazing the amount of how much technology has changed over like the last century in that. Which I think that might make a really good stream talking about the different how technology's changed and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think I might make that a stream.
Yeah. It's a good
So,
idea.
oh yeah. Though I think the Titanic was a good movie there, but like yeah, it's like 3 hours long, but they focused more on a love story than they did. I I, I think it'd be pretty cool if they'll have a like a Titanic movie there that just focused on the ship instead of a love story. Kind of like the way, kind of like Pearl Harbor. They did there. They turned that into a love triangle thing. But but even back, but I will say the 40s there are a lot of the leaders, even on both sides of the conflict. They gave some very impressive speeches there that are still talked about to this day. Like there's a lot of them that quote though they only quote the last half of Winston Churchill's speech where he says that they'll fight him on the sea, they'll fight him on the land, they'll fight him on the landing strips, they'll fight him in the fields, and they'll fight him in the streets, but that we shall never surrender. I'm pretty sure you know that speech, or at
Mhm.
least the last half of it. And you sit there and wonder, Winston Churchill, yeah, during the night there, he was in the bomb shelter. But during the day, he is out walking the streets and making sure that people could see him out and about walking the streets, surveying the damage, giving encouragement to the people. Like, how many leaders this day today around the world would do that, where their city is constantly being bombed day and night, and they sit there every day. They're going out in the streets, encouraging people and surveying the damage and showing that they're not afraid.
Mhm.
I don't think I can. I don't think we could see hardly any of our leaders doing that around the world today doing that. you know, and we don't get the memorable speeches or quotes from presidents like FDR when he told the people in the middle of the Great Depression there when he's having the fireside chats, which I thought that was great. You talk to the people nightly, you know, get them through the Great Depression, the Dust Bowl there. That that the only thing that we got to fear is fear itself, which you know, as America, you know, we may not have been the great superpower at the time, you know, but as Americans, we've always we could if we put our minds to it, we can always get something done. That's why we became a industrial might during World War II, is because the, the Pearl Harbor rallied us to become the industrial superpower there. Because if you just think once we got to work and put our minds to it, just the things we did, like the big battleships that we had in World War II, they used to take over a year and a half of built. By I think it was 1943, they were pumping one out every 17 days. Went to a year and a half of construction down to 17 days. The big B-29 Flying Fortresses, they have like 1.5 million parts on those things, and they're
Mhm.
pumping one out every 63 minutes.
Wow.
It's just amazing what we could have done once we got rallied. You know, we told them this needs to get done. And we got her done. Done. So, do you got any more quotes you like to talking about?
Let's see. I'm drawing a blank. Um, Honestly, I'm having a hard time thinking of something.
Yeah, I was gonna try to stretch this out till 8:30 because I think that's when Mike said he wanted to come in and he could talk for all three of us for a couple days. Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I liked Back to the Future. So let me
Oh
think if
yeah.
there's any quotes in that I like.
Yeah. Oh, Back to the Future. They missed one kind of little flaw there at the end of that movie when he says, "Hey, if you ever have a son and he accidentally starts the carpet on fire, there, go easy on him." And it's like, wait, the dad doesn't recognize that his son looks an awful lot like the gal that his mother dated back there in the 50s, you know? And how do you know? He never questioned how they knew that the kid was going to start the rug on fire.
Yeah.
you know, he had absolutely no questions at all about that. Uh, but oh yeah, Back to the Future, that was a good one. You know, and at least they did all three of them good. They almost like that they did a good job with making the sequels. You know, instead of
Mhm.
trying to make money off the exact same story, only on going to a different area spot like Smoking the Bandit.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm a bash on Smoking the Bandit 3. That was a crappy movie, and they didn't even have the bandit in it. Mm. What are you crinkling?
It's my bag. Sorry.
Oh, ugh.
Let's see here.
Have you ever seen the movie Atomic Twister?
No, I have not.
Oh, that's a really good movie. It's actually set in Western Tennessee there, and there's a storm outbreak that spawns a bunch of tornadoes. This
Mhm.
nuclear power plant gets hit by a tornado there, and you know some of their not their generators, but their where they store the power for the towns and all that get
Mhm.
hit. So they had to find a way to save power, And what happens is, the guys thought, well, if we shut down the electrical pumps, it could still run on the diesel pumps, but that'd save us a ton of power in the process.
Mhm.
So he shuts it down. So he shuts down the electrical pumps, but then they get hit by a second tornado. It overloads their diesel pumps, so that it causes damage to their diesel pumps. So, but he couldn't get the electrical pumps back online. So it's a race between time to make sure that uranium rods in the pool didn't get exposed to air and become too hot, or else the entire western half of Tennessee would be gone. It's a really good movie. I think it's an underrated movie.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, yeah, it's underrated there. It's like it doesn't get as much, but I think it was one of those back when it was made. I think in 2002 is like a TV movie, not meant for theaters and all that. It's made for TNT because you could tell right in the movie where the commercial breaks are at for the movie,
Mhm.
which that don't bother me at all. Some people say that bothers them, but it's like, it don't bother me much.
Yeah.
What's your dog's name?
Elmo.
Yeah, I can tell you have a. Yeah, I got a cat named Pumpkin. Well, actually, the cat's real name is Pumpkin Kitty because Marissa wanted to name her Pumpkin. Owen wanted to name her Kitty, so they compromised and called her Punky Kitty.
That's funny.
And my fat old cat, I don't know where he's at. His name's Jethro. Yeah, yeah, we named him Jethro
Cool.
from the NCIS. Which I'm kind of surprised that show's still on the air. Not many shows can get 20 seasons.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how. Which that's another thing. Yeah, like, have you noticed that over the last like 5-10 years that TV shows have been getting less and less episodes per season unless the show's been canceled?
Really.
Oh yeah, you used to have a lot of shows used to be like 26, 30 episodes per season there. And
Mhm.
now you're lucky to get 10, 13. I think Orville went up to 14 episodes there. But
Mhm.
Seth MacFarlane's reason for the Orville there, I don't know if you ever seen that one. I don't know if you're
No.
I'm not sure if you're a Seth MacFarlane fan.
Oh, I like Seth MacFarlane. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a couple good movies and a couple ones where I didn't care for the humor, but overall, I like the Orville there.
Mhm.
But he said, "Oh, I wanted my episodes to have a lot of quality there. I didn't want to have just filler episodes." It's like you can still tell a good story and have 26 episodes per season and still tell a
Mhm.
good story.
Mhm.
That's just an excuse he just didn't want to make it. But on the Orville there, they beginning there, they had the one there where uh oh god, Mercer's gonna kill me. I can't think of his name. When he's recruiting uh, now I got to I'm gonna look that up real quick. Their pilot, uh yeah, Mercer's gonna really smack me on this one. Oh, Gordon, yeah, Gordon there. He's played by Scott Grimes, but they recruit him and goes, "Ain't he the one that drew the dick on the view screen there? There during the what you never negotiate?" She goes, "Yeah, he's drawing a dick on a lot of things." So it's like that, it's like it's an old classic joke, but a lot of people said, "Oh, it's all predictable humor and all that." But when
Mhm.
he's flying the ship there, he was drinking a beer and he goes, "Well, I'm just having a beer to calm my nerves." And Then he goes, "What? It's no big deal." Then he starts weaving the ship around, and he almost crashes into another ship. And goes, looks up and goes, "Sorry." Then he goes,
Mm.
you get the first clip of the ship, which is actually a pretty cool design. I like the Orville's design. But he goes, "Oh, paint some flames on the side, maybe a rainbow unicorn. You got something." I think
Hmm.
that's one line everybody can recognize from that movie there. But they had a really great, did have a really good sense of humor there. There's this little robot android thing that was sent to learn about humans and that, and
Mhm.
they're trying to teach him humor. Gordon there, um, he went and tapes or glues a bunch of Mr. Potato Head stuff to Isaac there, and they're like, "Didn't your sensors detect that something was going on?" He goes, "They must have not detected he was a threat." Then Gordon told him, "Now it's your turn to get me back." So in the middle of the night, Isaac goes into Gordon's quarters there, cuts off his leg and hides it, and hides his leg, which was not a really big deal because they could regrow his leg. It was one of the best examples of humor because Isaac didn't understand what a practical joke was. Oh, you there, Carla?
Yeah, I'm here. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, I lost my co-host here.
No,
Oh.
you're good.
Yeah, but you gotta check that out there. But that's one of those. You can't watch. There's some episodes you can't watch with your kid though,
Yeah.
because it is meant for adults in there. But there's like the second episode of season 2. That I can't watch that with my kid there because I don't want to explain to him what a gay orgy is with the Mocklins. Well, otherwise, it's a pretty decent show. It has its moments and all that are pretty memorable
Mhm.
there. I don't know what other shows you like.
Oh gosh, there's so many like Mama's Family, Roseanne.
Oh,
Mm.
Roseanne was good, but until they started overdoing it. For example, here just a sec. Well, like when they brought Leon on and he was gay and all that. Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty funny. You got your diversity. But then they had to make the friend gay. Then they had to make the mother gay. Then all of a sudden they won the lottery and they're no longer relatable to the average person. Because what made that show great was everybody could relate to their struggles and all that. Being
Mhm.
being a Midwestern family, struggling to make things by. You could relate to that. But then all of a sudden they started going overboard and making everything so you couldn't relate to them anymore
Mhm.
there because once they became rich it's like, oh, now they're just some snooby upper class family. Who cares now? I think that's really what killed the show, and it didn't help that
Mhm.
Roseanne kind of pissed off a lot of people too. They quit watching the show, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah. Well, gorillas, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hop off of here, but thank you so much for having me.
You gonna hop off here?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We've been going for another about 50 minutes. It doesn't
Thank
look like
you.
It doesn't look like Mike's ready to hop on, so I guess I'll end it. He can join tomorrow. So
All
I'll
right.
be I'll be streaming tomorrow there. We're gonna do a pre-Jep I'll do a pre-Jep nerdy stream. We'll talk a bunch of Star Trek there. We'll see if we can bribe some answers out of John DeMarco if he comes and shows up there.
All
And
right.
I
Cool.
and I think I'm gonna leave with a Star Trek joke that I rewritten from our late President Ronald Reagan. There's a Romulan and a human. They're sitting there arguing about their two civilizations. But finally, the human said, "You know what? I can walk into the president's office, pound on his desk, and go, 'Mr. President, I don't like how you run the Federation.'" And the Romulan goes, "I can do that too." The human goes, You can?" He goes, "Yeah, I can walk into the Praetor's office, pound on his desk, go, 'Praetor Neural, I don't like how President Hiroshima is running the Federation.'" All right, I know I butchered that, but I don't care. If you want the original joke, you can look it up there. It's on a couple YouTube channels. But anyhow, everybody have a great night, and I hope to see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
We'll see you, Carla.